What's up, my fellow miners? Welcome back. And today we're going to talk about the 1060 6 gig. Is this thing still profitable? Is this thing still worth mining on? Before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new. And let's talk about the 1060 6 gig. So, the 1066 gig is a very old card at this point. You're talking about a graphics card that is easily 4 to 5 years old at the time of this video. And I just hit my desk. Reason why we're talking about it is because while it is a old card, it is still relatively relevant when it comes to gaming. And seeing as how this is a crypto game mining channel, meaning that we primarily focus on graphics cards that we use in our rigs that we're using to play games on, and we want to make a couple extra bucks while we're doing it. So the 1060 is still a relevant card that can still play quite a few games, albeit to a lesser degree. Not, you're not going to be running games like Cyberpunk at max settings or anything like that, but you know what, you can still play it that low to maybe medium settings. But anyways, the 1060 itself is still a good card to use for gaming. Is it still a good card for mining, though? That's what we're going to talk about here. And there's a couple of things that we need to discuss while we're on this subject of the 1060. And this is something that goes into consideration for any graphics card, not just the 1060. So the first thing is, how much does the card mine? How much per day are you making with this graphics card that you're going to be mining on? The second thing is, how much are you going to pay to buy this graphics card? Okay, so you have to keep in mind your return on investment when it comes to these graphics cards. So the 1060, if we look at, I'm pulling it up here. If we look at the profitability calculator for a 1060, and we're going to go with electricity costs, an average electricity cost of 10 cents. So we'll go ahead and do that. And so the average cost, or not the average cost, the average profitability of a 1060 currently at this market price, okay, because we're basing it off of Bitcoin. So off of the Bitcoin market price. And the reason why we're doing that is just to keep everything stable, is to have a control, so to speak. So we're using Nice Hash's profitability calculator. As of this current rate, the 1066 gig is currently mining $1.40. Okay, so $1.40, it's not bad. Especially for a 4 to 5 year old graphics card, it's not a bad card to mine on. The problem lies in the return on investment. How much are you willing to pay for this card? Now, if you go and you check on current listings on eBay, you can see this card for upwards of $300. That is a lot of money. If you buy the card at $300 and the card is currently pulling $1.40 a day, that's going to be quite a bit of time. So let's say it is $1.40 a day times, let's say, an average of 30 days in the month. So you're looking at $42 a day in a month, and $42 a day. So let's say you buy that card at $300 at $42 a day, or not a day, I'm sorry. Yeah, $42 a day. Great, $40 a month. At $42 a month, you're looking at 7 months before you're making your money back on that card. That's a long time. Is a very long time. In that 7 months, a lot of things could happen. You could have the price of Bitcoin crash down like we've currently had, which then would bring down the value of the card, how much you're mining per day. So then you wouldn't be mining that $1.40. Instead, it would be mining much less. You could have the opposite swing. You could have it swing upwards, and then you're making more money. Or you could have the issue that's currently looming with the switch over to EIP 1559 and Ethereum 2.0, that could affect mining as well and reduce the rates that that this card mines, because this card you would mine Ethereum on. That's what it mines best on. So there's a lot of things that can happen within that 7 months. But if you're patient enough, and you can grab this card for as close to $200 as possible. I've seen it sell for $225. For people who are patient enough, people who are doing the bidding wars on eBay instead of buying it now. So let's say you get it for $200, right? So divide that by 42. So now you're a little under 5 months. That's a little bit better than 7 months. And a little under 5 months, that's doable. Okay, you're making your money back within, let's just round up to 5 months. You're making your money back in 5 months. And everything after that is just pure profit. Now, again, it's not the biggest amount ever. I mean, you're talking about $1.40 a day in comparison to, say, like a 30, let's even say a 3060, right? So like a 3060. Okay, so if you're mining a 3060, you're making $3 a day. So yeah, I mean, it's a big difference between the two. So with that into consideration, like you have to think, okay, is this an investment that I want to make? Because right now the current prices of graphics cards are still high, and you're still going to be losing quite a bit of time when it comes to the mining. So if you want to sell this graphics card down the line, you might not be able to sell it for that much, because who knows, again, what can happen in that 5 months. Who knows what can happen in 7 months. We could have a crash, so to speak, where the graphics card pricing comes back down, which that would be fantastic. Sorry, hiccup. And if that did happen, then you could buy some graphics cards again. Like people who want to use graphics cards for gaming, you could buy graphics cards. Like, I'm waiting for that crash to happen so I can get my hands on a 3080 for gaming. Like, I just, it's things like that. So the 1060, in my opinion, if you can get it for a good price, if you can get a 1060 for as close to that $200 mark to keep you within that 5-month range, then right there, I think, is a solid enough reason to grab one to be able to mine on. Again, I mean, don't expect to be making buku bucks off of this thing. You're talking about, again, a graphics card that is making $1.40 at current market prices. At the peak that happened a few months ago, before the market crash went into bear market right now, at its peak, I was, with my 1060, I was making about I think it was like $220 a day, which was fantastic. But again, I mean, you have a lot of things that affect how much it mines, how much your return on investment and all of that. So if you have a 1060 and you're mining on it, I would say keep mining on it. It's not a bad card to mine on. If you're thinking about buying 1060s, just keep in mind that return on investment. I personally would love to be able to have a rig full of 1060s. I would love to have 6 1060s to just mine on. 1066 gigs, not the 3 gigs, the 6 gigs, because the 3 gigs can't mine Ethereum, the 6 gigs can. Okay? So I would love to have a rig just full of 1060s, because personally, when it comes to mining for me, because I am a gamer first, a miner second, I don't want to, if I can help it, I don't want to buy a whole bunch of brand new graphics cards and mine on them. I would rather somebody else buy those graphics cards who can actually, like, who wants to use them for gaming. I would rather buy a 10 series or a 20 series to mine on, because less people want those as opposed to the 30 series. Now, again, I mean, yes, there are some people who still want the 10 series or the 20 series, and I understand that. A 1080 is still a really, really solid card. So I mean, there's always exceptions to rules and examples, but yeah, 1060, again, I think it's a fantastic card even still now for gaming. I can still run pretty much every game that I have, with the exception of one game. I'm not counting Cyberpunk, because hell, my PS5 can barely run Cyberpunk. With the exception of the medium, my 1060 can run everything. My 1060 can't run the medium. My 2070 can barely run the medium. So I definitely don't expect my 1060 to do that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found the video informational. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'm glad to be back. See you guys in the next one. Happy mining.